Okay, dear students, welcome to the part 3 of my third video from the chapter Mole Concept and Stoichiometry. Mole Concept and Stoichiometry. Today, I'll be discussing and teaching you how to solve problems based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Mole concept and Avogadro's number. In this problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number, I will be teaching you how to solve seven problems, not one but seven problems. Okay, so let me write down the problem number 1 first. Okay, please copy this problem. The first problem based on Avogadro's number and mole concept is calculate the number of moles of nitrogen in 7 grams of nitrogen. Given in square bracket, the atomic weight of nitrogen is 14. This is given. Copy this question. Calculate the number of moles of nitrogen in 7 gram of nitrogen. Okay. Now let us solve this problem. Solution. Now, nitrogen, the molecular formula of nitrogen is N2. Nitrogen is a diatomic molecule. That is why its formula is N2. Now, gram molecular mass of this molecule of nitrogen will be equal to twice into this 14. That comes to 28 grams. Now, the question says calculate the number of moles of nitrogen in 7 gram of nitrogen. 7 grams. That means 7 gram of nitrogen is how many mole? Now, we have seen the gram molecular mass of nitrogen is 28 gram. And I have told you in my earlier videos that the gram molecular mass of any substance is equal to 1 mole. So, based on that concept, I can write a sentence over here. 28 grams of nitrogen is equal to 1 mole. Therefore, the question is asking 7 grams. Therefore, 7 grams of nitrogen will be equal to 7. This 7 multiplied by this one divided by 28. So many moles. Upon simplification, I will get 7 1s are 7, 7 4s are 28, 1 by 4 moles, which can be simplified further and written down as 0.25 moles. This is the first problem which has been solved. I repeat, calculate the number of moles of nitrogen in 7 gram of nitrogen. Atomic mass is 14. So, the first thing we have to do is find the gram molecular mass of nitrogen molecule, which is twice into this 14, 28 gram, and then frame a sentence. 28 grams of nitrogen is 1 mole. This 28 gram of is the gram molecular mass of nitrogen. So that's why 28 gram of nitrogen is 1 mole. Therefore, 7 gram from the question, 7 gram of nitrogen will be equal to 7 multiplied by 1 divided by 28. On simplification, we get the answer 0.25 moles. So this is how we do the first problem. Okay, now let us look at the second problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Please copy this question. Calculate the mass of 50 centimeter cube. 50 cc centimeter cube. We can write cc also, which stands centimeter cube, or this is also equal to milliliter. 50 centimeter cube, cc or milliliter is the same. Calculate the mass of 50 centimeter cube of carbon monoxide, CO, carbon monoxide gas at STP, standard conditions of temperature and pressure. Given in square bracket, the atomic mass of carbon is 12 and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So, let us solve it. Solution. Now, The formula of carbon monoxide is CO. So we write it down, and beside it I will calculate the gram molecular mass of CO. CO, gram molecular mass. Carbon is 12. So 12 plus oxygen is 16. This gives me 8. 6 plus 2, 8. 1 plus 1, 2. So 28 grams. The gram molecular mass of carbon monoxide is 28 grams. Now they are saying calculate the mass of 50 centimeter cube of carbon monoxide. Now I have taught you in the beginning when I was discussing about standard molar volume. The standard molar volume of any gas at STP in centimeter cube is 22,400 ml or 22,400 centimeter cube. So that must be remembered over here. So I write down 22,400 centimeter cube of CO will be equal to, will have a mass of 28 grams. Look at this. This 28 grams is the gram molecular mass of carbon monoxide. So this 28 grams of carbon monoxide will occupy at STP a volume of 22,400 centimeter cube. This must be remembered and memorized. Now this is at STP. This is at STP. That is why this is coming into play over here. Now the question is saying 50 centimeter cube of CO will weigh what mass? Will have what mass? Therefore, again unitary method. Therefore 50 centimeter cube of CO will weigh 50 multiplied. This 50 multiplied by 28 divided by 22,400. Simplify this. You will get the answer in grams. Simplify this. On simplification, we get 0.0625 grams. So, this is how we solve the second problem. Calculate the mass of 50 centimeter cube of carbon monoxide gas at STP, standard temperature pressure given. Carbon atomic mass is 12, oxygen is 16. So, the first thing we have to do is find out the gram molecular mass of the gas, carbon monoxide. That is coming to 12 plus 16, that is 28 grams. Now, from the concept of STP, for any gas, 1 mole of gas, any gas at STP occupies this volume. Therefore, I am writing it down. 22,400 centimeter cube of carbon monoxide weighs how much? 28 gram at STP. Therefore, 50 centimeter cube of the gas carbon monoxide will weigh 50 multiplied by 28 divided by 22,400 centimeter cube. So, on simplification, I am getting the answer 0.0625 grams. This is the second sum based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Now let us go to the third sum. Okay, now let us look at the third problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Please copy the question again. Calculate the volume at STP occupied by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 22 molecules of a gas X. Now this number, it is comparable only to Avogadro's number. I have told you in my previous video, Avogadro's number is denoted by Na and its value is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. So please keep in mind, Avogadro's number of molecules will occupy what volume? Will occupy a volume of either 22.4 liters or 22,400 centimeter cube. So, using this concept of Avogadro's number, I am going to frame a sentence. Let us frame the sentence. So, I write down 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules occupy 22.4 decimeter cube. Please keep this concept clear. decimeter cube is also liter, L-I-T-R-E. They are the same. Again, 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules, which is the Avogadro's number, occupies 22.4 decimeter cube of X at what? At STP. At STP. Therefore, what is given in the question? In the question it is given 6.023 into 10 to the power of 22 molecules. Therefore, I write down 6.023 into 10 to the power of 22 molecules will occupy this 6.023 into 10 to the power of 22 multiplied by 22.4 divided by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23, sorry. So many decimeter cube. And after simplification, if I simplify this will cancel, 10 to the power of 22 will cancel. This one, this will cancel this one. So we are left with 22.4 divided by 10. So our answer becomes 2.24 decimeter cube volume of X. The gas is unknown gas X. So this is how we solve the third problem. Calculate the volume of at STP occupied by 6.023 10 to the power of 22 molecules of gas X. So whenever you see such figures, please bring in your mind Avogadro's number, and using Avogadro's number, remember that Avogadro's number of molecules occupies standard molar volume. The standard molar volume value is 22.4 decimeter cube or 22.4 liters or 22,400 centimeter cube or milliliter. So based on this, we must frame a chemical equation, what we call a sentence over here, and solve it by using unitary method. So therefore 6.023 into 10 to the power of 22 molecules of the gas X will occupy volume 2.24 decimeter cube of X. Therefore, let us go to the next sum, problem number 4. Okay, now let us look at the fourth sum, the problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Please copy this sum again. Calculate the number of molecules present in 1 kg of sodium chloride. Given atomic mass of sodium is 23 and chlorine is 35.5. 1 kg of sodium chloride. So, to solve this sum, again, I write down the formula of sodium chloride, NaCl, and find the gram molecular mass of sodium chloride. Gram molecular mass by using these numbers. Sodium 1 atom 23 plus chlorine 1 atom 35.5. So this gives me 30, 40, 50, 58.5 grams. So the gram molecular mass of sodium chloride is 58.5 grams, and that is equal to 1 mole. Now this 1 mole of sodium chloride contains Avogadro's number of molecules. We know that already. I have explained you in my previous video also and told you several times. Okay, now let us use this and make a sentence. I am writing 58.5 grams of sodium chloride, NaCl, contains 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Please keep this in mind. The gram molecular mass of any substance contains Avogadro's number of molecules. This is to be remembered. Okay. So now, therefore, in this sum, they are talking about 1 kg. They are talking about finding the number of molecules in 1 kg of sodium chloride. So 1 kg means convert this 1 kg into grams. So this 1 kg becomes 1000 gram. Therefore, 1000 gram of sodium chloride, NaCl, will contain 1000 multiplied by 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 divided by 58.5. so many molecules. Upon simplification, we get 17.1 into this divided by this is 17.1 into 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. This is the answer. So now we can say the answer. Hence 1 kg of sodium chloride or 1000 grams of sodium chloride contains 17.1 into 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules of it. We may leave the answer like this only, or we may multiply this and simplify it. But you will not lose any marks if you don't multiply this. You will get the full marks for this much. Now, this was the fourth sum. Now let us go to the fifth sum, fifth problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Okay, now we have the next problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Please copy this question. Calculate the atomicity of a gas X if 1 gram of the gas X occupies 11,200 centimeter cube at STP, and it is also given atomic weight of X is equal to 1. Atomic weight of X is given as 1 gram. Now see, this 1 gram of the gas X is occupying what volume? 11,200 centimeter cube. Again, whenever you see such figures, volumes at STP, then bring back the standard molar volume to your mind. The standard molar volume for any gas, we know it is 22,400 centimeter cube, the lower unit. Okay. Now, 22,400 centimeter cube of any gas will be equal to its gram molecular mass. But here, the gas X, 1 gram of the gas X, it's occupying a volume of 11,200 centimeter cube. So from here, we can get an idea about the molecular mass of the gas. So let us do it now. Let us start from here. 11,200 centimeter cube of gas X. This much volume of gas X, it is weighing 1 gram. Therefore, this 22,400 centimeter cube of gas X will weigh this 22,400 multiplied by 1 divided by 11,200. So many grams. Simplification, I will get 2 grams. This 2 grams, which is the weight of the gas corresponding to standard molar volume, this 2 grams is called the molecular weight of the gas. This is the molecular weight of the gas. And the mass of the gas is 1 gram. Now this word atomicity over here, atomicity means number of atoms of an element present in a molecule of a substance. Atomicity means number of atoms of an element present in a molecule of a substance. So based on that concept over here, we have obtained the molecular mass of the gas X, and the mass of the gas which is occupying this much volume is 1 gram. So if I divide, if you look at this, it is coming 2 times over here. Therefore atomicity becomes equal to 2. Now have a look over here very carefully. Also, to get the atomicity, there is a formula also. Atomicity is equal to gram molecular weight divided by atomic weight. The gram molecular weight we have got is 2. This 2 grams. And the atomic weight given in the question is, you can say 1 gram at STP. So our atomicity becomes 2 for the gas. This is the answer. Okay. Now let us go to the next sum. That is problem number 6 based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Now have a look at the next sum. Read this sum carefully and copy it down. 0.48 gram of gas forms 100 centimeter cube of vapors at STP. Calculate the molecular weight of the gas. Now again, there is a volume. There is a volume 100 centimeter cube, and this volume is at STP. Now I have told you again several times, whenever volume is given, try to recall the standard molar volume of any gas. Now, using this volume of the gas which is weighing so many grams, let us frame a sentence again. So here the solution is like this. I write the sentence: 100 centimeter cube of gas weighs 0.48 grams. This is the sentence I have framed, written down by reading this question. Now, the standard molar volume for any gas at STP is, in centimeter cube, it is 22,400 centimeter cube. Therefore, 22,400 centimeter cube of gas will weigh this 22,400 multiplied by 0.48 divided by 100. So this can be simplified and we can get the answer in grams. So let us simplify it. 100 will cancel this, 0 will cancel this, 2 zeros, 224 multiplied by 0.48, multiply it and you get the answer. The answer comes to 107.52. The answer comes to 107.52 grams. So now this 107.52 grams which we have obtained by simplifying this is the molecular weight of the gas. Molecular weight, and since I put a gram over here, we can rightly call it gram molecular mass of the gas. So this is how we solve problem number 6. Problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Now let us go to the last sum on this topic. Okay. Okay, we come to the 7th sum, problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's number. Here, please copy this question carefully, okay, because I'll rub this question once you have copied it. Calculate the weight of a substance X, which in gaseous form occupies a volume of 10 liters. It is occupying a volume of 10 liters. This is the volume. The temperature is 27 degrees Celsius and the pressure is 700 millimeter of mercury. And one more thing is given. The molecular weight of the gas, the substance X is given, it is 60 grams. Okay, copy this question. Now, if you look at this question very carefully, you will observe, you will find out that this 10 liters, this temperature 27, this 700, it is not at STP. So, the first thing we need to do is convert this into STP and get the mass of the gas occupied by 10 liters in STP, in grams. So that is to be done. So what I will do is, I will write down this volume as V1, 10 liters, this temperature T1, 27 degrees Celsius, and the pressure is P1, that is 700 millimeter of mercury. These are the volume, temperature and pressure initially for this gas X. Now this need to be converted to the STP condition. So at STP we don't know the volume, so volume becomes a question mark. But at STP we know the temperature. Temperature is 273 Kelvin. So here the initial temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. So we have to convert this into Kelvin. So add 273. This will give me 273 plus 27, 300 Kelvin. And at STP the pressure is 760 millimeter of mercury. Now from this data and this data, By using the gas equation, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2, it is possible for us to find the value of V2, volume 2. By using P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2, it is possible for us to get the value of V2, that is the final volume. So if you simplify the volume 2, the final volume comes to 8.38 liters, and this is the volume at STP. This is the volume at STP. This is the volume which you have obtained at STP. Now, what they are saying us? They are telling us calculate the weight of a substance X, which in gaseous form occupies 10 liters. Now, this 10 liters has been converted to 8.38 liters at STP. Now, this liters we have obtained. Now, we know that the gram molecular mass of the gas is given 60 grams. It is 60 grams. So, we know 22.4 liters of any gas or 22.4 liters of gas X will weigh how many grams? Will weigh 60 grams. Therefore, 8.38 liters of the gas X will weigh. By using unitary method, we can also solve this problem. So let us do it again. Now, so I am just going to clear this off. If you have copied it down, okay. Now, let me clear it off. Now I'll write down over here the sentence. Since it is in liters, I'll write down 22.4 liters of gas X. It weighs gram molecular mass, that is 60 grams. Therefore, we have got over there that time 8.38 grams. Therefore, 8.38 grams. So, I'll reverse the sentence now. Therefore, 8.38 grams of the gas X will occupy 8.38 into 22.4 divided by 60. So upon simplification, I'll get the answer in grams. Let us do that. Simplify it. So I will get 22.45 grams over here. Now, so this is what it has to be done. 60 grams occupying so much volume. Okay. Now here we have got 8.38 grams of the gas X. This 8.38 multiplied by 22.4 divided by 60. So the answer comes to 22.45 grams. Okay. Now please check the answer properly over here. 22.4 liters of the gas X is weighing 60 grams, which is the molecular weight of the gas. Standard molar volume equivalent to its molecular mass. Therefore, 8.38 grams of the gas will, over here, 8.38 into 60 divided by 22.4, you get the answer 22.45 grams. That is the answer, number 7. Now, we move to the next type of problems, which is called problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's law. For this problem based on mole concept and Avogadro's law, I will do only one sum, and that will make you very clear. Okay. Okay, this is the problem based on Avogadro's law, basically. Now, copy this question. If 100 centimeter cube of a gas contains a gas, if 100 centimeter cube of a gas contains Y molecules, how many molecules of gas B? This gas is gas A. It is gas A. If 100 centimeter cube of a gas A contains Y molecules, how many molecules of gas B will be present in 50 centimeter cube of B and of gas C in 25 centimeter cube of C under similar conditions, same conditions of temperature and pressure? This is a true problem based on Avogadro's law. It is very, very simple. So here, there are gases A, B and C. Gases A, B and C. Gas A contains Y molecules. Gas B, we don't know. Gas C, we don't know. gas A, the volume given is 100 centimeter cube. Gas B, the volume given is 50 centimeter cube. Gas C, the volume given is 25 centimeter cube. Now, see, in terms of why we have to get the answer. Gas A, 100 centimeter cube contains Y molecules. So, under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, if you look at gas B, the volume is 50, half of this, so the number of molecules of B will be simply Y divided by 2. Y divided by 2 molecules of B. And if you look at the volume of C, 25 centimeter cube, so 100, 25, it is how much? Y divided by 4 molecules. So this is the answer. So this is one problem based on Avogadro's law. Now let us go to the next type of problems, which is problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. So I will be doing 2 problems based on vapor density and molecular weight from this chapter, and then you will be very clear how to solve such problems. Okay, now this is a problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. Now, last time in my previous video I have given you the formula of vapor density. Vapor density is defined as mass of a certain volume of gas divided by mass of an equal volume of hydrogen. And relation between vapor density and molecular weight is twice into vapor density is equal to molecular weight. So keeping those two formula in mind, we will try to solve this problem. There is a gas cylinder. It is filled with hydrogen gas, and when it is filled with hydrogen gas, it holds 50 gram of the gas. So this is a very important sentence for us. Please copy this question. A gas cylinder filled with the hydrogen gas holds 50 gram of the gas hydrogen. Now hydrogen is taken out. The same cylinder holds 200 gram of gas A. Again, the same cylinder holds now another 500 gram of gas B. Considering same conditions of temperature and pressure in the cylinder, calculate relative molecular mass, RMM. Relative molecular mass or molecular weight of the gas, of the two gases A and B. There are two gases over here. Now, so to find the relative molecular masses, the first thing which has to be done over here is get the vapor density of gas A, vapor density of gas B. So for gas A, I'll solve here. For gas B, I'll solve here. For gas A, vapor density is mass of gas A. How much? Let us see. Mass of gas A, it is 200 gram. Divided by mass of equal volume of hydrogen, because the cylinder is same. So mass of equal volume of hydrogen is 50 gram. So here I am getting 50 gram, it will cancel. So here I will get 4 over here. So 4. Vapor density has no unit, so vapor density of gas A is 4. Therefore, relative molecular mass becomes twice into vapor density. That comes to twice into 4, that is equal to 8. Therefore, relative molecular mass of gas A, it is equal to 8. Watch very carefully. This is from the definition only. Vapor density is defined as mass of a certain volume of gas divided by mass of an equal volume of hydrogen. So 200 by 50, that is coming to 4. And this 4 is the vapor density of gas A. So to find the relative molecular mass, the formula I have given you in a previous video, it is twice into vapor density. So 2 into 4 gives us 8. So this is the first answer. Now let us find the RMM for gas B also. To find RMM, first we will find vapor density. So vapor density of gas B is obtained by dividing the mass of gas B in the cylinder, 500 grams, divided by mass of an equal volume of hydrogen is 50 grams. So that comes to 10. Over here 10. No unit, because it is a ratio. Vapor density is a ratio. So now, once we have got the vapor density, now we can easily find the relative molecular mass of B. which is obtained by multiplying twice into vapor density. So twice into 10 gives us 20. So this is my second answer. So this is how we do problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. It is a direct formula based sum where we must remember the relationship between vapor density, this formula, and relative molecular mass is twice into vapor density, this formula. So these are your answers. This is the first problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. So please copy this properly and try to understand it. Any clarifications, I will do it on this once we meet personally in the classroom. Okay. Now let me do one more problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. First let me write down the question. Okay. This is the second problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. It looks like a lengthy sum. It looks like a lengthy problem. Please copy this sum carefully and try to understand what the question is trying to say. I am reading it out. A gas occupies 700 milliliter, the volume, 700 milliliter at a pressure of 700 millimeter of mercury and at a temperature of 57 degrees Celsius. If at STP, standard temperature pressure, the mass of the gas is 1.5 grams. So, the mass of the gas at STP is given 1.5 grams. They are telling us find the vapor density and molecular weight of the gas. And it is also given 1 liter of the gas, the hydrogen gas, weighs 0.09 grams at STP. So, here one hint is given. 1 liter of hydrogen gas, it is given how much? 0.09 grams. So we have to use this in the formula to find the vapor density first. So now here, what is the first thing we should do? This volume is not at STP. This pressure is also not at STP. This temperature is also not at STP. So first thing we have to do is convert this volume, pressure and temperature to STP. So let us do it in this manner. Solution. First I write down the volume. V1 is equal to 700 ml. P1 is equal to again 700 millimeter of mercury. And temperature 1 is given as 57 degrees Celsius. 57 degrees Celsius, you have to convert this into Kelvin. So we had 273 Kelvin. So this will give me 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 and 0, 7, 8 plus 5, 13, 330 Kelvin. So V1 is 700, P1 is 700 millimeter and temperature is 330 Kelvin. Now volume 2. Volume 2, the volume at STP we don't know. So these are the volume, pressure and temperature at STP. Pressure at STP will be, we have to take it as 760 millimeter of mercury and temperature at STP will be 273 Kelvin. So using again the gas equation which we have learnt in class 9, gas equation P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Using the gas equation, the volume at STP can be found out. So the volume at STP, if I apply the gas equation over here, on applying the gas equation, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. This is at STP. So it is possible to find the volume at STP. This is the volume at STP. So put all the other values, only this is unknown. So the volume at STP comes as 533.4 ml. 4, you can write ml, milliliter. 533.4 milliliter. This is at STP. Now we have got the volume at STP by using the gas equation. P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So volume is 533.4 ml. Now this volume of the gas, it is having a mass of 1.5 gram. So now Since this is the volume at STP, whenever volume at STP is given, try to go back and try to catch hold of the standard molar volume. The standard molar volume of any gas in milliliter is 22,400. So what I am going to do over here is frame a sentence. Okay, by using this volume I am going to frame a sentence. So keeping in mind 533.4 ml, I will write a sentence. 533.4 ml of gas A. It is weighing how many grams? 1.5 grams. It is weighing 1.5 grams. Now, the standard molar volume for any gas, this in milliliter it is 22,400. So I write 22,400. Therefore, 22,400 milliliter of gas A will weigh this multiplied by 1.5. 22,400 multiplied by 1.5 divided by 533.4. I'll get the answer in grams. So whatever I get over here, that will be called the molecular weight of gas A. Whatever gas is asked over here. Okay. So now, upon simplification, this value comes to upon simplification we can get this over here, this value. If you simplify, it will come to, let me simplify, okay, here instead of simplifying, I am just going back to the question what is given over here. Given 1 liter of hydrogen, I just missed out this point. Instead of using 22,400, I am going to keep in mind 1 liter of hydrogen. 1 liter of hydrogen is 1000 ml. Therefore, what I will do over here is, therefore 1000 ml of gas A will weigh 1000 into 1.5 divided by 533.4 ml. Upon simplification, now this comes to 2.812 grams. So this is the weight of the gas A, which has a volume of 1000 ml. Now from here, now it is possible for us to find out the vapor density now, because 1000 ml of the gas A, it's weighing so much, and we know that 1000 ml of hydrogen weighs so much. So therefore we can find out vapor density of gas will be equal to 2.812 divided by this 0.09. Upon simplification, this I will get 2.812 divided by 0.09, it comes to 31.25. This is the vapor density of the gas which is asked in the question. And to find the molecular weight, the molecular weight can be found. Molecular weight of the gas can be found by multiplying twice into vapor density. So we know twice into 31.25 gives me how much? 62.5. It gives me 62.5, which is the answer. This is one answer, this is another answer. So this is the second problem based on vapor density and molecular weight. What is done over here? The initial volumes, initial pressure, initial temperature are converted to pressure, volume, temperature, STP. Then they compare the mass which is given in the question, and then from this volume which we have calculated, the volume at STP, we make a sentence. This volume of the gas A weighs 1.5 grams. So keeping in mind 1000 ml, because to use the formula vapor density according to what is given in the question, 1 liter means 1000. So we'll have to scale this down to 1000 ml. So 1000 ml of gas A is going to weigh 1000 into 1.5 divided by 533.2, which gives me 2.812 gram. Now this 2.812 gram, it is the weight of gas A, which has a volume of 1000 ml. So this volume and the volume of hydrogen must be same. So using the formula I get the answer. The vapor density of gas is 31.25 and its molecular weight is twice into vapor density, that is 62.5 grams. Okay, now the next type of problem which I would like to do is problems based on percentage composition in this chapter. So let me write down the question first. Okay, now this is the first problem based on percentage composition. First, copy the question. The question says calculate the percentage of element potassium in the compound potassium dichromate. If you go back and try to recall the formula of potassium dichromate from your previous class 9, class 8, which you have learned, the formula of potassium dichromate, it is K2Cr2O7. This is potassium dichromate formula. And in this question, the atomic masses of potassium, chromium and oxygen are given. Potassium it is 39, chromium is 52 and oxygen is 16. So it is very simple. Calculate the percentage of potassium. Means this, what is the percentage of potassium in this compound? Only the percentage of potassium, not the others. So the first thing we have to do to work out the answer for this question is we have to get the gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass of this compound potassium dichromate. So how to find the gram molecular mass? We have to use these atomic masses of potassium, chromium and oxygen. So let us use these atomic masses. So here we have potassium is 2 atoms, so it becomes twice into mass is 39, so 39 plus chromium is 2, so twice into chromium 52 plus oxygen is 7, so 7 into 16. So upon simplification, the gram molecular mass of potassium dichromate, it comes to 294 grams. 294 grams. This is the gram molecular mass. 2 into 39 plus 2 into 52 plus 7 into 16. Okay, it comes to 294 grams. Now, they are telling us to calculate the percentage of potassium only. Potassium only. What is the mass of potassium? Twice into 39. That is how much? 78. 9 to 18, 1 and 8, 78. So, hence, therefore, percentage of potassium will be equal to twice into 39, that is for potassium, divided by total mass over here, that is the gram molecular mass, 294 multiplied by 100%. So upon simplification, here we will get the percentage of potassium as 26.53%. We will get as 26.53%. So this is how we have to do or calculate the percentage problem based on percentage composition. It is very simple, you know. We must be able to work out the formula from the name which is given, and using the atomic masses, calculate the gram molecular mass. Okay, I have shown you nicely over here. This 2 is there because 2 atoms of potassium. This 2 is there because there are 2 atoms of chromium. And this 7 is there because oxygen, there are 7 atoms. And this number 16, 52 and 39, they stand for the atomic weights of the respective elements present in this compound potassium dichromate. So this is one problem which I have done based on percentage composition. Okay, so now my dear students, I would like to end my video over here for this part 3 of the chapter mole concept and stoichiometry. Now from this chapter we are left with 2 more types of problems. One is problems based on empirical and molecular formula, and problems based on chemical equations, which I will be doing in my last video on this chapter, mole concept and stoichiometry. After that I'll be sending the assignments the theory based questions, the numericals questions on the school's website and in the WhatsApp group, so that you can copy them down and then practice them and learn them how to solve. And any clarifications we can do, always come together on the WhatsApp group, or you can discuss among yourselves also. I'll try to give you the solutions if there are any problems, and you can always consult your textbooks while solving the problems which I give you on the school's website from the assignments later. Okay, so thank you very much for today. Have a good day.